What's up, you guys? Steve here with your stimulus and unemployment update. And last night and today, we've been seeing Congress unveil new details regarding the provisions that are going to be in the next stimulus package. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be covering in more detail the federal unemployment extension and boost, as we now have some details about it. However, we're also going to be looking at video footage that came out from Senator Ron Wyden. Now, he's the one that originally authored in the CARES Act, the federal unemployment extension and boost, and he's suggesting that we modify this even further. So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest with that, and he's also going to be discussing some more provisions that are included in this next stimulus package. So we're going to dive right in. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as of today, February the 9th. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, it'll just take a second. If you like and appreciate these video updates, take a second to go ahead and just ever so gently destroy the like button. I would appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Like button, leaving comments, and sharing these videos to anybody that you think might need to see them. It helps out the channel. Thank you so much. And also, if you're not already a part of the RAM fam, the viewing community, and you would like to stay up to date on everything rolling out, take a second to go ahead and destroy the subscribe button and the notification bell as well, so that way as soon as I upload, you can get notified. And be sure to do it right away, because we're about to hit 100,000 subscribers, and when we do, I'm going to randomly select 4 viewers to collect free money as a way for me to say thank you to my viewing community. And for extra brownie points, be sure to follow me on Instagram as well at SteveRam3, and follow my wife as well at ModestMom of2, and tell her that Steve sent you. But go ahead and follow me, like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff. But now let's go ahead and dive into the latest as of today regarding stimulus and the provisions, including the federal extension and boost for unemployment. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and dive right in. So as I mentioned, Senator Ron Wyden, he's the one that originally authored the extension and the boost for federal unemployment benefits in the CARES Act. So when he has something to say about it, it's really important to listen in, since he's the original author. So let's go ahead and take a look at what he had to say today regarding this provision.
This is a supremely important moment for our economy and for millions of vulnerable families. Without our economic package, it would be 5 years before unemployment is back in the ballpark of where it was a year ago. That's 5 more years of unnecessary financial pain for millions of Americans. And we, as chairs in the Senate, are committed to making sure that does not happen. We are making visible and steady progress on our legislation to rescue the American economy ahead of the March 14th cliff for jobless workers. We know that the American people are with us on this package, and we know it because we have been listening to them. They support enhanced jobless benefits. They support relief payments. They support resources to keep firefighters on the job. And let me tell you something. The only place in America where there is division on these priorities seems to be in the United States Senate. We believe when Americans are hurting, when their neighbors are hurting, you've got to get a critical, an important package designed to help people get on their feet. Senate life has always been about dealing with more than one issue at a time. It has been ever thus. And we're doing it again. We're going to deliver on the economy. And as the majority leader said, we understand, with respect to what we're dealing with now, that unity requires accountability.
So there you guys have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as we heard him say that if they do not provide some sort of extension or boost to unemployment benefits, that economists are saying that it's going to be at least 5 years before we get back to the place with unemployment we were prior to the pandemic. Now, in addition to that, we heard him say that it is imperative that they get this done before the March 14th deadline. That's the cliff. That's when the current extension is going to be coming to an end, and then we could see millions and millions of people lose their benefits and have have no unemployment benefits to collect during this time of pandemic crisis. Now, in addition to that too, we heard him say that the Senate is able to do multiple things at a time, and he's referring to the impeachment trial of President Donald Trump, which actually started today. So that's taking place along with the stimulus as well. Now, in addition to that, we also saw an interview that he had with Yahoo Finance. Let's take a look at this, where he addresses the unemployment provisions and some of the modifications that he hints at that he might like to see. And we've actually heard him mention some of these before as well. And then we're going to take a look at some of the other provisions that he discusses that are in this stimulus package as well. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Bottom line, do you think before we hit this unemployment benefit cliff in mid-March that we're going to see a bill on the president's desk?
Bottom line is anything else would be absolutely unacceptable. To have those workers in the middle of March, because the benefit runs out March 14th, fall into another economic abyss would just be wrong. And I'd also point out that I wrote the original unemployment package, which allowed for an extra $600 per week, covered the new workers, gig workers, the self-employed, independent contractors. And that was at a time when we had fewer virus cases than we do now.
Suggesting that 600 boost.
I know we've talked before how you want to stop these cliffs. You want to avoid these unemployment cliffs that we keep seeing every few months. Do you think you're going to be able to get that done as Senate Finance Chair?
I was very pleased that at our urging, President Biden chose to make a specific note in his most recent economic statement when he was outlining the proposal that he wanted to get this done. He knows that it is absurd to just be plucking these arbitrary dates out of the air. Arbitrary, by the way, picked by Mitch McConnell, so that Mitch McConnell will have more leverage over the debates. And it's time to tie the benefit to economic conditions on the ground. And I've been talking to my Republican colleagues. They've said, look, Ron, we understand the need for a real benefit, the kind of benefit you're talking about when big numbers of folks are out of work. What's going to happen as the economy gets better? Well, under our proposal, the benefits then taper off.
So there you guys have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, I noted two very important points that he mentioned. The first being was that he said he originally authored the $600 weekly boost back when we had a lot fewer cases, and now we have a lot more. So he's kind of hinting at, why are we decreasing the boost when we're actually getting into a worse situation with the pandemic? And second, we also heard him say that he feels like these dates, these deadline dates, he said, are kind of arbitrary, being pulled out of the air because nobody really knows how long this is going to last right now. Hopefully the vaccines will help us get rid of this faster, but he's saying to make it September 30th, or now it's August 29th, or whatever the case is. He's saying nobody really knows, and we should actually have the economy tell us when we should be ending this unemployment boost or extension. So what he's suggesting is having triggers set in place. We've heard him say this before, so that way if the economy recovers very quickly, then we can go ahead and set it off. Turn off the trigger for the federal unemployment benefits, or if it needs to go out further, just let it go as long as we need. But then having these drop dead dates, he said, could hurt a lot of people that are depending on these benefits. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But now let's go ahead and listen to some more provisions that he discusses in a little bit more detail in this interview. He mentions the stimulus checks, the minimum wage of $15 that's being proposed, and some other items as well. Let's go ahead and take a look.
President Biden has made it clear he's not budging on the $1,400 checks, but he's open to debating the income levels. At what income level do you think these checks should start phasing out?
Jessica, I support the thresholds that the president called for. And here's the point. People who got the first two checks are expecting a third. And the fact is, the pandemic has hit these families like a wrecking ball. They're just balancing the food bill against the fuel bill, and the fuel bill against the rent bill. And I have people coming up to me and saying, Ron, I'm going to use this money to make my car insurance payment. So I am for the original Biden proposal, the $1,400, the threshold. We're going to have a pretty vigorous debate all the way through the process.
What about the minimum wage hike? We heard from President Biden saying that he doesn't think this can get done necessarily through reconciliation. Do you think this is something that you can do through the reconciliation process?
I believe there are ways to get through the bird rule thicket. But here's the big issue here. We know that when we get vaccinations, the economy is going to pick up. I think we'll see workers come back to the workforce. Their wages will be up. They deserve a wage that allows them to pay rent, buy groceries, pay for essentials. I support the proposal.
Even if you do get through the bird rule issues, how do you convince someone like Senator Manchin or maybe a few other moderate Democrats to support this?
Well, as the sponsors have said, this would be phased in. People have been wondering exactly how it would work. And some people said, well, we can't do it in 20 minutes. It's phased in.
Well, there you guys have it. Once again, let me know your thoughts down below as we heard him talk about the unemployment provisions, the checks, and also the minimum wage. And we're actually seeing that that is included in the reconciliation bill. So a lot of people said that they weren't going to be able to do this, but they're going to go ahead and try to get this done. So I'll be sure to let you guys know more information as it rolls out, but that's the latest that we have as of today. And it's very likely we could see a lot more details rolling out here as we have 12 committees working on the stimulus package, 12 different sections, and they're each unveiling a little bit of information on each section. So as it comes out, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date. And once again, if you made it this far and you haven't already, just go ahead and take a second to smash the like button. I would appreciate it. It helps me out. Thank you so much. And also hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, follow me on Instagram, and follow my wife as well. And you guys, I hope this reaches you well. I'll keep you up to date. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.